lot of questions about this entire project. One of the questions is, who did all this? Well, our architects are Fishbeck, Thompson, Carr, and Huber from Grand Rapids. They also restored the main library, the Ryerson Library in downtown Grand Rapids. They worked on the Sage Library in Bay City, and we chose them because of their experience with historic public libraries, and we're certainly glad we did. One of the things Fishbeck, Thompson, Carr, and Huber did is they did scrapings of paint samples so that we know what color the paint was originally, and we could reproduce it as much as possible. We didn't do all the stenciling and do everything just the way it was done originally for cost reasons, but we did a lot of painting of the trim and a lot of painting of the ceilings and other places just the way it was done in 1890. Another question is who actually did the work? You can tell from the hard hat on Mr. Hackley here, the work was seen by Port City Construction. Kevin Donovan was the leader on this project. We used contractors from Muskegon County primarily, and also from Kent and Ottawa County on this project. Even Mr. Hackley got a spa treatment and a special bath to clean years of grime off his marble shoulders and his marble cheeks, because even Mr. Hackley got a little dirty after 124 years. Lots of people have been wondering what's been going on the lawn outside the library, between the library and the art museum. What's happening is that we're putting in an emergency exit that will lead not only from this room, but from the children's department, where we haven't had a decent emergency exit ever. Luckily, we haven't had a fire or an emergency where we need to have that kind of an exit, but boy, if there was a fire, we would certainly want to have a way for people to get out. Right behind me, there's going to be an emergency door. We'll move this settee. We've got another spot set aside for it. It is, after all, original furnishings. But we're glad that we're going to be able to provide exits for people. Hopefully there never will be an emergency, but if there is one, we'll all rest better knowing that people will be able to get out. This room was originally the ladies' reading room, which Mr. Hackley established so that ladies in Muskegon would have a place where they could read free from the attentions of library loungers, is the way he put it. In 1922, it became the library director's office, and now it's going to be a room where people can work together without bothering others. It'll be a great place for student and teacher tutoring pairs. There's a lot of people that come in for literacy tutoring, and there's other people that come in for all kinds of tutoring. It'll be great for that. It'll be great for small groups that want to study together, say debate teams, or some kind of a class project where 3 or 4 people need to meet together to work together, and they don't want to bother other people. So this room is going from the ladies' reading room to the library director's office to a new room set aside for people that need to work together in groups. You know, the Hackley Library was pretty much painted pink in 1990, and everything was painted pink, including this fireplace, which is really terracotta, the same material that flower pots are made out of. The 2 fireplaces up in the Youth Services Department were never painted. This one was painted with 2 coats of thick pink paint. We talked about trying to get the paint out, but because of the crevices and the nooks and the crannies, it would just take forever and cost a lot of money. So what we did is we painted it terracotta color. What's happened is that people think that we put in a brand new fireplace, or a brand new fireplace that's made to look like an old fireplace, but it's really one of the original fireplaces. It just shows up more now because it's a contrasting color instead of being exactly the same color of flat pinkish purple paint that was on the walls before. And the final stop people make when they come to the Hackley Public Library is frequently the circulation desk. This is a new desk and it's an old desk. The quarter sawn oak paneling from the old desk from the 20s and before was reused. We took it off the old desk and reapplied it to the interior of this desk, which is completely new. It's wired for computers, it's wired for electricity, it's wired for data. So on the inside, it's all new. On the outside, it's this beautiful, invaluable quarter sawn oak paneling, just the way it always was at the Hackley Public Library. The countertop is Corian, not quartz, but Corian, And we have areas that are useful for people of different heights and people that sit in wheelchairs. This is a waist-high height for many adults. The other side is a shorter height for children and people that sit in wheelchairs. We think it's a much more welcoming because it's much more functional, but it preserves our heritage as well. What is that weird? If you haven't been to the Hackley Public Library recently, I invite you to come back. It's a great place. Come back and see how the changes and how it's been improved so that it's much more comfortable, welcoming, and functional for all our many library users here in Muskegon.